Gemini. You are definitely running through my mind all day. You are running through someone's mind. Heavily. Heavily, heavily, heavily. Empress energy. Yep. Six of Swords splitting the deck. Empress and the Six of Swords. You are running through their mind all day. Gemini. You have the Nine of Wands coming out here. There's a lot of emphasis on pain this week with love messages here. Pain, weakness, people being scared to express how they really feel or get in touch with how they really feel, let alone, like I said, express it, speak on it here. And it's challenging a lot of people's beliefs here because I feel like, a lot of people believe showing weakness or pain or expressing what they need, they look at that as a weakness. And here you are, you have no problem expressing what you need, expressing that you're hurt, exposing that you're feeling weak. And it's like people are seeing you in the opposite way. Like, how are you expressing pain, weakness, and what you need? And I see you as powerful. And here I am thinking that showing how I feel, expressing it, exposing it, whatever, I feel like that's a weakness. You're challenging a lot of people at this time, or this someone in particular here. Okay, this Nine of Wands keeps trying to come out, and here it is coming out in your energy, just like it did in Taurus's reading. All right, I think it also came out in Aries reading as well. So the Nine of Wands is talking about, like being wounded, you're hurt, you're triggered, you're bothered, but you still kind of stand up. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're still standing up, you still get up. And going back to Aries reading, it's like somebody is intrigued by you. How do you keep bouncing back from pain so quote unquote easily? Like, people think you do it easily. I don't think that's the case. I really don't think that's the case, but this is how people perceive you. Like a warrior, okay? But how are you doing that? Like, I feel like this is someone who may have observed you go through a lot of things and yet you bounce back from it. How are you doing that? And then while you're going through it, like, you have no problem expressing that you're going through that, or you're feeling this way, or you need this and you don't have that. How are you doing this, right? They feel like if they were to do that, they would be a Nine of Wands reverse. Like, it'd be over for them. It's like their biggest fear. And yet here you are addressing your fears. And it could be in relationships, this is like you constantly getting fucked over in relationships, but yet here you are ready for round 10, round 12. Like, let's try it again. It could be something like that here. Or this is just someone who's intrigued by you, interested in you even, because it's just like your definition of weakness is the complete opposite of what they think. What they think it is, okay? These cards are not trying to act right. Not trying to act right. We have the Six of Swords again, reverse. To me, this is like having a narrow mind, a closed mind. You're unable to fathom another perspective. Not wanting to hear another perspective here. And that, kind of is, doing yourself a disservice, because after the Six of Swords, if it's upright, is the Seven of Swords. And that's when things really get real. That's the devil in the details here. This, to me, is naivety. It's just being naive. The Six of Swords is naivety. So this is like someone getting hurt and they close up mentally. They just close up, and, that does you a disservice, because there's always new devils on new levels here. There's no growth with this. This is like being hurt and you refusing to go to the hospital, like you're not thinking straight. Like, why wouldn't you want to go get healed? That's kind of what I get from this. Like, why wouldn't you want to go get healed? Like, who are you trying to prove? Like, who are you trying to prove? Like, how, like, what are you trying to prove? Excuse me. So if you're not getting healed, then you're going to stay hurt. And this is somebody who is, they can't understand Six of Swords. You can't understand something, why in this case you're not attracted to them anymore, you don't want them anymore, or why you don't see value in them. They're not worth it to you. This is like a stubborn motherfucker here, for real. They just want to hold on to pain, and that shit is going to come out in physically at some point. And the Nine of Wands is a physical energy, so if I keep getting Nine of Swords coming out. It was coming out in Taurus reading heavily. Like, this is someone who's very stubborn, and they have Nine of Swords energy constantly in anxiety, constantly fearful, you know, just closed-minded, closed off, and that's in the mind. And like I said, these things will come out physically at some point, and that's what's happening here. So it's like someone, it's like their body may be attacking them. They're not feeling well. They're getting sick. They're tired, drained. I was getting very drained in Aries reading, which is also the body as well. Here's the moon again, reverse. The Aries energy had the moon reverse. Or was it Taurus? Somebody just doesn't want to address their needs. Like, again, someone being hurt, they don't want to go to the hospital to get their to get healing, to address it. Like, what sense does that make, right? And in reality, this is just someone who, they got a lot of built up anger, resentment, hurt, pain, triggers, and traumas, but they don't want to address it. Like, so you're just going to sit there and rot away and be toxic. That's what I'm getting from that. Like, that's the only other outcome. Someone doesn't want to talk about it because, again, talking about it, they feel like is a weakness. They don't, like, somebody, they kind of got their mind, just, they got their wires crossed here mentally here. They're just not comfortable. Four of Swords, they certainly are not comfortable. There's no peace when the Four of Swords is reversed. None. You can't relax. You can't think clearly. You can't sleep well. Somebody's not doing well. Five of Swords reversed. Sheesh. All of these things are active, but again, someone's defensiveness, stubbornness, and I have to carry these burdens. I gotta go through life in pain because that's what a man does. That's what a woman does. Like, I just gotta carry all this. I gotta keep it all bottled up inside. Like, that's what I gotta do. Yup, Hermit energy. That's what I gotta do. These cards are repeating themselves. So something keeps going, like someone keeps doing the same thing over and over and over again, or somebody's just like refusing to change. And that may be why Uranus is kicking in. If you go watch Aries reading, somebody's getting shooken up. Someone's getting triggered, okay? Because somebody is not trying to change, and they need to. Not for you, but for themselves. It's like they don't want the dam to break. They're scared. But it's crazy because it's like, I feel like this is someone who have witnessed your dam break, but you didn't break. It has only made you stronger. Like, someone feeling like going to therapy is a weakness. Someone feeling like expressing themselves. It's just, that's just what it is here. And you can't help someone like this. You can't. They got to help themselves, and that's what's happening here. Somebody has to help themselves. You got to leave them to their own demise. This is giving sink or swim vibes. Like, this is a lot of people here in relationships that are holding on to a lot of negativity, and they don't want to let it go, express it, because they're scared. They don't want help. They don't want to express that they need help. They don't want anyone to know that they got something going on mentally. 5 of Swords, 6 of Swords here, 4. It's a whole countdown right here. Like, you have to remove yourself from a person like this. It's like someone who's scared to be alone, but they're creating it. They're creating their fears. This is a heavy love messages this week, it seems. Look, learning how you get them is how you lose them. I don't know what is going on with this. Taurus, I think it was Taurus. I had loose vagina. Now I have vagina stinks in your energy. Like, what the hell is this? Like, okay, I guess. I don't know. I don't get close to people's vaginas. Anyway, it says learning that how you get them is how you lose them. So emphasis on the word learning. And emphasis on how someone carries themselves in relationships here. And this is like someone's constantly dealing with loss. And they gotta look at themselves. Like, it can't be everyone else. It has to be something going on with you, right? This is what's going on mentally, but it's, again, someone is not trying to look at themselves at the moment. The moon is very reflective. You gotta look, you know, it's reflective. It's a mirror. Someone is not trying to see that, but it's almost like it's being forced on them anyway. It says failing miserably to manipulate you. It also says bringing up the past but claiming you forgave them. I just feel like someone just keeps doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. They go about manipulating people. I was getting that manipulation in Taurus's reading. And you were the one they couldn't manipulate. And it's kind of triggering them to look at themselves here. We got a jailbird coming out, or this is someone who's constantly in 8 of Swords energy, or quite literally they've been to jail before. Or this is just someone who's trapped in the mind, like I said, 8 of Swords energy. They thought you would chase them. So anybody thinking you're chasing them indicates that they're playing a game. And playing a game is also another level, another form of manipulation. We have playing dumb and refusing to accept incompatibility. Trying to find a reason to be mad. I don't know. All I know is I was drained starting to read like these messages. So someone's energy is very draining, and the reason it's draining these because they're very negative. And they don't even want to help themselves. The opportunity is there with the Hermit, but they don't want to help themselves. So it's like you're draining yourself trying to help them. So it's just best for you not to be around them. Some of you may have a hard time doing that. Others of you have no problem doing that. It really just depends who's watching this, who this resonates for. But this is it's just draining. I'm very tired. Like, you may be just very tired of people, or just a specific person, or just relationships in general, because everyone is carrying some like heavy burdens that they don't want to deal with, they don't want to address. They want to keep things on the surface, and these messages are very deep. The moon keeps coming out, so there's something very deep about it emotionally that you can't fix or solve or fuck away or love away or cry away or laugh away. Like, this is becoming very draining. Someone who plays games to get you to chase them, like obviously someone needing you to chase them, they have an insecurity. They need you to validate something about them that they can't develop on their own. I don't need anybody to chase me because I'm good on my own. Like, I'm good. I don't need you to chase me. That doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me feel, you know, I don't need you to do that. I don't need you to manipulate me. Like, why do you have to manipulate me to kind of get an outcome? Like, why can't something be natural? The moon is also natural here as well. why can't this be natural, right? Like somebody's forcing a situation. Why? Going back to Taurus reading, someone needs you to submit. It's like somebody needs you to be weaker so that they can feel good about themselves. Someone needs you to dumb yourself down. Someone needs you to make yourself small. Someone needs you to chase them. You know, someone needs you to compete with other women that have stink ass pussies. Like, you know, someone needs you. Like, it's why? Somebody needs to figure out that why, the one who's doing this. You know, someone trying to find a reason to be mad, trying to create arguments, trying to create, like, why do you need to create drama? Why? Like, there's a lot of whys going on here, and somebody needs to figure that shit out. Like, and until they can, some of you ain't dealing with it. They're draining. Others of you may continue to deal with them, but you are drained. And you need to know where the source of the drainage is coming from. At least be honest. If you're going to keep dealing with someone who's a drain, at least be honest that you know they are the drain. Don't, oh, I don't know what it is. You know what this, you know the root. Don't, let's just be honest about it. Others of you just ain't going to deal with it. Like, if I'm ever dealing with someone, I can literally point out all of I could tell you my flaws. Like, I have no problem. I know every single one of them. I know my shadow. I could tell you, I can introduce you to my shadow. I could introduce you to my strengths, my weakness. I have no problem listing them off. I know every single one. I've addressed it. I've acknowledged it. I've observed it. I've studied it, tried to understand it. Like, that goes back to the Aries reading with the World card that came out, being whole within yourself, right? Accepting your polarities, your negative and your positive side. You don't hide one aspect of yourself and think you can get away with that. You may be able to with a lot of people who are surface level, but somebody got the right one on the right day. You can't, something about you, they can't hide their negative side when it comes to you here. It's getting exposed. I don't want to deal with someone who can't tell me their flaws. Like, you don't know yourself enough to, you don't know what you be doing. You're not self-aware. I can't deal with you. I can't deal with you. Because it's not fair. It's not honest. It's not an honest representation, right? It's false advertisement. I can't deal with that. Right? I listen, if somebody is like, yeah, I'm an asshole, I am racist, I am this, I am that, man, I have all the respect for you. I respect you because you know this about yourself. I respect you. You know you're racist. You know you're an asshole. You know you're a liar. You know you're a deceiver, right? You know you're scared of intimacy. You know you can't commit. I can respect that. I can't respect someone who just projects it on everybody else. They are not the problem. It's everybody else. They don't know. There's nothing wrong with them. I can't respect that. I can't deal with it. This is what this energy is. Someone who does not know themselves. And they're holding on to all of these triggers and traumas that they perceive that everyone else has done unto them. They feel like atrocities have been committed against them. But there's just no way. There's no way you can be in Nine of Wands energy and not try to hurt somebody back. What happens when you're wounded and somebody's trying to attack you? What do you have to try to hurt them back? You have to try to hurt them back to try to, what is it? What is the word I want? Subdue them. You can't tell me you're a Nine of Wands energy all the time and you're not projecting this on other people. You're not trying to hurt other people because you're hurt. You're hurt, so you have to hurt the other person that you think is attacking you. That's the only way you can subdue them. That's the only way you can subdue your attacker. You got to hurt them back to protect yourself, even though you're already hurt, right? You can't, if somebody's playing victim. Somebody's playing victim here. And that is draining. Didn't I just do, I think I did just do a Why Are They Mad? Somebody wants to be the victim. I think it was Aquarius energy. These people want to be victims. And that reading got me mad as hell. Somebody's trying to find a reason to be mad because they want to be the victim. And they want a reason to continue to attack other people when this also feels like, you know, let me hurt you before you hurt me. So are these Nine of Wands because people have inflicted pain on you, or are you hurting people and they have to bust back to subdue you from hurting them further? I don't know. That's a good question. There's a lot of questions that need answers. And Gemini, you are the one that has the most questions. Point blank and period. Somebody may have a Gemini rising. You got a lot of questions. Some of them be dumb, but you have a lot of questions. A lot of questions need answering here that somebody can't answer. So they're playing, this is someone playing the victim. And it's draining. I'll see you in the extended.